Good morning, Shane.
Buenos días, mi amiga.
Okay. I was going to say come see, come sa, but that's French.
That's French. I see you international over there.
Yeah. Bien, that's still French. Bueno.
No, bien is
So
Spanish as
bien
well.
is
Bien,
it
bueno. They're all
okay?
versions of
All
good,
right.
well.
I. How do I say that?
I.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you?
Man, I'm doing my best to be my best. How you doing?
Oh yeah, I like that. I'm trying to make our banners, but why are they not bannering? Okay. Yeah, we like that banner. Or do you want the scrolling banner?
I like the scrolling banner better.
Okay.
I like
The
the
ticker.
scrolling banner
Like the
better. The
ticker.
ticker.
Oh, let me get rid of this one. Okay. So yesterday we were sorry, something's in my eye. I opened my door and now my allergies are killing me. So yesterday we were going to record and then we ended up just doing our Patreon because why did we do that? Oh, because we had our backgrounds on. So I guess we find it easier to just do Patreon than
Exactly. Go with the flow.
do 2 live recruiters. So who are we, Shane?
Who are we, man? We are two seasoned, uncensored corporate veterans who are here to pass along the wisdom we receive from lessons learned, from mistakes made, in hopes that you don't make the same mistake. But if you do, if you decide that mistake making is the thing that you want to do, if you decide to go ahead and you're like, fuck it, I want to go ahead and make these mistakes that they warned me not to make, and hopefully you can laugh while you do it.
Because you grown.
Because you grown, and it's a choice.
Yep. So
before we jump into anything,
yeah, okay.
As many people may not understand that you are a foodie at core. You love food. You are a food. You are a food connoisseur.
My daughter and I both. We love. My husband. He eats to live. We live to eat.
Facts. And so,
go ahead.
With that understanding of your love of food and the fact that you are in the A, we got to talk about what's going on with Keith Lee. If I don't know who Keith Lee is, he's a homegrown food critic. It's a dude who loved to eat food and would get on.
Who I never heard of until last week when Ariel said he was here.
And that's how big Keith is. Keith has millions and millions of followers, and people really don't know who he is.
He talks so fast too, but he has to get a lot of content in.
He literally changes people's lives. I've seen him take restaurants that were struggling, that were getting ready to close their doors, and he happened to go eat their food, and they are now booming business.
That's a lot of power.
Keith has so much power because he's authentic. He doesn't try to placate anyone. He doesn't try to hype himself up. He just keeps it chill, keeps it relaxed. Anyway, so Keith, good or bad, was in the A,
right,
and decided to do what he do and to go eat. And how Keith does his thing is because he's become so internet famous now, when he goes to restaurants, he doesn't go himself because he knows initially he's going to get a different type of treatment. So he usually sends in his people to go in because no one knows what his people look like. His people are always kept off camera.
Or here was his sister.
Right. Oh, and his mom. This time was his sister and his mom. Okay. And people know what he looks like, know what his wife looks like. That's it. We won't know.
Let me ask you, is it black people that know or everybody knows?
Everybody knows Keith. He's changed restaurants for white folks. The first time I heard about Keith, it was like
because the place he goes, he doesn't do. Clearly, he doesn't do fine dining because you're not going in to get takeout from fine dining.
No, he just does. He does local restaurants and he does mom and pop restaurants or whatever.
Okay.
And so the first time I heard about him was years ago, and it was a small white mom and pop pizza restaurant that was getting ready to shut down in the Midwest. And he happened to be through there. And
where's he from?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where Keith's from, but he happened to be in the same city. Went there, ate their pizza, not knowing that they were on the verge of shutting down. Talked about how great their pizza was, and they literally sold out within a week, and they've been booming business ever since. Changed the whole restaurant's life. So, so Keith has no racial preference where he goes to eat. The season A, so the A is going to have a lot of Negro ran restaurants, and so his people tried to go into a couple restaurants, and it wasn't just one.
They tried to go to several. Not a couple. Yeah, they're not a couple.
There was several.
There were several.
Several restaurants, and they all had the same thing. They got in there. His mom and sister
couldn't call ahead.
Couldn't call.
First of all, you couldn't call ahead.
Couldn't do DoorDash.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do takeout. When asked about the wait was told it would be like an hour and a half. And
it varied on depending. Now, the one place he went to in College Park, they told him when the person came in that they were closing early to do a deep cleaning. Yeah.
Yep. There was another place he went to where they told his mom and sister initially there was an hour and a half wait, There were people waiting in the parking lot. And then when
Right.
Keith showed his face, they're like, "Oh, you can come in now." And he was like,
No,
"Well,
they were
what are
like, your
all
table
this?"
will be ready in 5 minutes. Yeah, yeah.
No,
So we're
that was
not.
Old Lady Gang.
Yeah, yeah,
There was
yeah.
like three different. So like Old Lady Gang,
Oh,
they
that
they
happened more
pulled.
than once?
Yeah, yeah. There's a video
Oh,
actually of somebody else was sitting in the parking lot waiting for their turn, and
okay.
they recorded Keith talking to the owners like, "How you gonna try to sit
Oh.
me when
Oh,
all these
wow.
people out here sitting down waiting on their spots?" Or whatever.
Okay, I didn't
So
see
he's
that one.
really caused a stir about how restaurants and fine and dining are done in the A. And I want to get your perspective from a person who
Okay.
loves food and your food, and you've eaten all over. No, Decatur and Atlanta, and I'm
Mhm.
sure all other places. What's been your experience like in trying to eat in the A?
When I first moved here 25 years ago, I said the food was not good here.
Right.
So I was like, did these people know what good food is? Because I've gone to places that were oh, that place is so good. And maybe there were a lot of people there, but the food was
Ah,
not good. So
yeah.
that
So
has
people were
been
talking about the vibe, not the food.
right, the vibe, not the food. I mean, we here in Atlanta, they will turn a grocery store into a disco. They will turn a Fridays into a club.
I
I
saw
mean,
somebody said that this morning that Atlanta restaurants are trying to turn themselves into clubs and not be
STK
restaurants.
STK is a steakhouse. It is a
Uh-huh.
club on Fridays and
Oh
Saturdays.
wow.
Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. Like I would be afraid to go. It's like diagonal to Ocean Air. And you come out and it's like I don't know how people can eat because the music is so loud. It's like
Damn. Okay.
yeah, it's crazy. So when I do find a good place, I go there over and over. And Arrow even like we like to get fire pit pizza. We don't order the pizza. I get the salmon salad and we get the
Yeah, you
Ariel
told me
gets
that
the
a few
salmon
weeks ago.
BLT.
Yeah.
So I got her one. We split one on Friday night and we were stood up in the kitchen eating it. She's so mean. And to every bite, she's like, this is so good. Keith Lee needs to go here. So she like sent him a post it, whatever.
Yeah.
You need to go to Fire Pit Grill or Fire Pit Pizza in Grand Park. And even I've given them a reviews like, I don't know how good the pizza is, but their salmon is like bomb. So
And what about the customer service?
I don't know. I've never been there. I only get it on Uber Eats. Never been
Oh,
there.
so you've never actually been
Never
there.
been in there. Never been in there. So
Do you have any horror customer service experiences from eating out in the A?
oh yeah, but it was fine dining. Like I was
Oh,
at a
really? Let's talk
steakhouse.
about it.
It was my birthday like 20 million years ago. And it was it was one of the steak. I can't remember which steakhouse it was. It wasn't Ruth's Chris because that's my place.
Yeah.
I think it was Bones. Not
Mm-hmm.
Chops. It was Bones. And they said first of all, they put us down in the basement.
That's where you Negroes belong.
Yeah. But my one girlfriend was white. Her husband's black though, so that didn't count.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then
No.
my steak
She
was
lost her
cold.
white card.
Everybody else's steak was hot. Mine was cold. I was like, it's my birthday. I just wanted a hot steak. And I don't send my food back. I don't do that because I don't
Yeah, I
have
don't
time for
trust
you
it
to mess
either.
with my food. So I just never
Not
went
at
back
all.
again. So that's what I do. I have a bad experience. I don't go back. I'm
Yeah,
not
that
trying to
makes
give you no more
sense.
chances. When I want to eat, I'm hungry and I really look forward to, I like food. Like my mom never has good experiences when she eats out. Never, ever, ever, ever. She
Mm-hmm.
says there's no good food in Atlanta. But when I find something good, I go there over and over and over and
Makes
over
sense.
and over.
So
Yeah.
from what you've seen, Keith Lee is probably not capping. And what he's depicting is
But see,
what
I
really
don't,
happens in
yeah,
Atlanta.
I don't know because I don't call ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If we're going to dinner, it's an occasion usually. So we're doing probably a fine
fine
dining,
dining.
around or just around our neighborhood, like,
Yeah.
246, which is a great, uh, Italian place or, there's different places around here that you have no problem getting in or you make a
Okay.
reservation, you do whatever, you get in, you get out. So,
So food indicators popping. Customer service indicator is great. No issues.
yeah, fine, no issues. And usually, like the pizza place I was telling you about, Antico, no matter
Yeah.
which one I choose, and we got Antico on Saturday, and it's the same at both locations. So
There
at
you
least
go.
the Gennaro is. So it's exactly the same. The crust is so good. They've got to import that water from someplace too. So yeah. Now if they mess that pizza up, I'm like, oh man, where have I gone
Don't
wrong?
mess your pizza up, Aniko. I need
Yeah,
that imported water pizza when I come down.
yeah. For the water from Italy or from
Wherever y'all get
from
your
New
water from,
York or
that just
from
open over it.
somewhere. So I don't. Yeah. So the call ahead thing, I can't speak on that. Because I don't do that. Now there's places that are not on DoorDash.
That's weird. Yeah, he was talking about places not being on
But
DoorDash.
I'm not a DoorDash person anyway. I'm an
Oh,
Uber Eats
Uber
girl.
Eats for
Yes, I'm an Uber Eats girl. So it sounds like the food that he did have. Well, I know he went to Atlanta. He went to Atlanta Breakfast Club,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a place that I loved, the Petite Marché, just a
Petite
little
Marché.
place in off of Hosea Williams in Kirkwood. And they had this. Did I tell you they had this sandwich? It was a French toast sandwich,
Oh my
like
god.
thick French
Like
toast.
brioche.
Yes,
Brioche.
brioche. Well,
Mm,
you could get it with meat, egg. So egg, I'll get
yeah.
bacon, egg in between two big thick slices of brioche bread, hot syrup, and then sprinkled with powdered sugar. And I remember
My
the first time I saw
god.
it, the person walked by me, and oh my gosh, like the
Yeah,
next
let
time I
me
get
get that.
here, I'm getting that. And so when
Facts.
I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have died and gone to heaven. And then I started eating it with the chicken sausage because I figured with the chicken sausage, every bite would be,
Yeah.
the French
Mhm.
toast, the egg,
Yeah.
the meat, and it was even better than the bacon
Be all
because
chicken.
their chicken
Yeah.
sausage was so good. Well, during the pandemic, she stayed open. I would get takeout or I would just make donations just to support them.
Yeah.
Then she decided she wanted to get into real estate or something.
Ew.
So she closed, like she straight up closed down.
Damn.
And then the owner of Atlanta Breakfast Club bought it. He revamped it, like he remodeled it, and they opened, and I went. They fucked up my sandwich.
God damn it.
Yep.
Look at niggas.
And I
Fucking
never
shit.
went back. I never went back. It's like, how do you mess up French? It was like too cinnamony. I was like, see,
They
y'all
try to take it to the next level.
messing with
Yeah.
perfection. And I'll tell you, one time I went in there because Ariel always got their turkey BLT, or it was like a turkey sandwich or something. And they had really thin fries that were hot and crispy. And so one time I went in there and I ate, and I got that. And I told the guy when I was ordering, because you would order and go sit down, they bring the food to you. So I said to the guy, I said, you know what? Whenever I come in here, I always get the French toast sandwich, but I'm gonna get the turkey sandwich. I'm gonna switch up. He was like, okay. When I went to leave, I wanted to ask for a box for my sandwich. He gave me a French toast sandwich.
Oh,
Yes. I
that's
was
nice
like,
of him.
I looked in the bag, I saw the foil. I was like, my heart melted. I was like, thank you so much. But I will say, Atlanta Breakfast Club has a long ass wait. I've been there one time. I got the fried green tomato biscuits. I wanted to slap somebody. Somebody's mom was. I was like, oh, they were so. You got two, right? Of course, my husband ordered a salad. He's the only salad's ever been served at Atlanta Breakfast Club because they have they have sandwiches, like chicken sandwiches made out of waffles, and they do their chicken and waffles like big giant Belgian waffle and chicken, and everything is like artery clogging. I'm clogging, right? And I was like, well, I guess I'll get the fried green tomato. They brought two. I ate
Yeah.
one there, took one home. As soon as I walked in the door, I ate the other one. But I haven't been back there since either because the wait was the wait was so long. So because where it is, there aren't a lot of places to eat. It's right across from the aquarium. So, but they destroyed my sandwich. So whatever. So that's
Damn.
my experience.
That's your experience.
That's my
So,
experience.
some La Petite Marché was the
Le
shit.
Petit Marché.
La
Mm-hmm.
Petite Marché was the shit, and Atlanta Breakfast Club fucked it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, have you ever tried to recreate that sandwich at home?
No. No, I have not. I have not. I wonder
You
why.
should. Yeah. 'Cause,
I
they
guess
fucking
I
right.
should because I have made I've done like on well, I haven't done that. I have Jackson's Jackson's guy came in. I love you too. Bye. Oh no. I made French toast with a big brioche bread for Christmas, like maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I've never considered it. I haven't been able to find chicken sausage. I need to actually, my friend Brendan, who he has a company, Pop Menu.
Mm-hmm.
Where you go, you scan the barcodes and the menu pops up.
Mm-hmm.
His
That's how all the
company's called
restaurants do it up here now.
yeah, his company's called Pop Menu. Sorry, my eyes bother me.
Do you
And he's friends with she was a customer, so he has her number. I want to say, can you ask her for the recipe,
There you go.
or ask her where she got the chicken sausage at least?
You guys have Lowe's Foods on there?
Mm-mm.
All right. So there's a restaurant. There's a grocery chain called Lowe's Foods. They're kind of on the same level of a Whole Foods.
Okay.
So yeah, if like Whole Foods is like Neiman Marcus, then Lowe's Foods is kind of like a nice Belk maybe, or a
Okay.
nice uh Yeah,
Sprouts?
nice belt or something like
Are
that.
they like
Anyway,
so as
so
low
they
as like
have
Sprouts?
no Sprouts is just a well. I know here Sprouts is just a salad place.
Are you serious? You know the
Yeah, what's
Sprouts market? Here it's a market. It's
mm-mm.
organic.
No, not at all.
Oh, it's like Whole Foods Light.
Yeah, so Lowe's Foods is a kind of anyway. The whole point is they have a large variety of chicken sausage or whatever in there, whatever's kind of like their thing.
Oh, okay.
So,
I
so
didn't
you might
know
want
that.
to check your,
I don't we
hop
don't
on
have Lowe's.
Amazon. No, I'm saying hop on Amazon and see if Whole Foods has the chicken
Oh.
sausage or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sure they do.
I'll ask or I can ask Brendan to ask her. Like, hey, ask her where she got her chicken sauce. It was so good.
It's probably got like a
So
main
so good.
distributor
Yeah, I'm
some
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure. She had a good I went there the first time years ago, like maybe like 2010 or 11, because she was across the street and she was in a bigger space. And she had this chicken salad. It was like had chicken in it and it had peanut dressing. And it reminded me of a salad that a girl I used to work with years and years ago used to make. And it was so good. And then like she moved across the street into a smaller space. But anyway. Anywho. So yeah, I don't know. As far as back to the Keith dude, I guess I'll start following him now. But he talks really fast. I was like, Ariel, why is he talking so fast? And she said he has so much to say, he has to get it in under the time
So
thing.
people were like,
And those close up, they kind of bother me too. So.
yeah, people say that's good for folks with ADHD because he just goes and like
To
gets all
talk
this.
that
Yeah,
fast?
I'm like, blah. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, got it, awesome.
Oh, the people with ADHD were like, okay, got it.
Yeah, got it, good. Appreciate it. Not the whole long drawn out part of things. Just here's the
Yeah,
info.
I guess
Here's
so,
what
right?
happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like when he does a close up to the people like that.
I just like his monotoneness. I like his.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think he doesn't feel like he's doing it for the gram. He's doing it because he
Okay.
likes to do it, and just so happens that people like watching him do what he likes to do.
Like
Whatever.
one restaurant he went to, he gave $1,000 tip. So the owner says
He does that a lot.
He says it's for everybody, and he gave the server $1,000 tip too.
Yeah, he's
so
done
one
that
tip was for
before.
everybody. So
what's the largest tip you've ever given?
I don't know. It depends on the bill, right?
No, I mean
I always do 25%. I'm just a 25% girl, so I don't.
One time, my wife and I gave an $800 tip.
Why?
Because she was cool. We liked her, and we always.
What? How much did you eat?
We probably only spent like maybe $100 on what we ate.
And you gave an $800 tip. So no, I've never done that.
Because
I've never given I've given enough for you to pay a bill. I give you enough for you to pay all your bills.
We we believe in giving 10% of our income, whatever. Okay. Right. So some people tithe it or people, but since we don't go to church tradition, we still believe in the law of giving. So the more you give, the more you get. So no matter what, we still.
But that's not why 10%. You give, though.
Huh?
That's not why you give.
Yeah, we don't give to get. We give because we
I
have.
Give.
So
I like to give. I rather. Yeah. It's better to give than to receive.
So she was hella cool. We were just like, all right, cool. That's what's up. And we do so much stuff. That's the thing. That's what angers me when I see a lot of people do stuff for the gram. When I see people get out here and
I hate when they want to
go help. Yeah, they help videotape themselves helping the homeless. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you doing it to help? Or are you doing it to get followers? Right. Yeah. It's bad enough this person's in a depraved state. But you're gonna. I hate that. Videotape them on top of that shit.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of people in bad situations. That's some wild shit.
Yeah, I think that's gross.
But that kind of leads us into our next asshole who decided to take advantage of people in a bad state when he was 25. It does? Yeah.
Oh, is that Mike Johnson?
That is Mike Johnson.
Okay, our new speaker. So he was born in Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
He was born in 1972. He earned his JD from Paul M. Herbert Law Center at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He had a legal career before entering politics. He was a constitutional attorney and litigated high-profile cases, particularly related to religious freedom and pro-life issues.
Right. Why do we care about this guy, Trish?
He's married, and he has 4 kids.
He does have 4. Okay. Tell us about this.
He has 4 biological kids.
Oh, kids. So that makes it seem like he may have other kids that are not bio kids.
Yes, he does. Which Alexa, like all the search engines and stuff knew nothing about. Like, a lot of times I'll go to ChatGPT and be like, hey, just give me the rundown. ChatGPT was like, we can't find anything past that last week.
Interesting. So who does
Yes.
he say is his non-bio kid?
His name. Does he even say his name? Hold on. Let's see. His name. What is his name? Did I have it written down? It just keeps saying his name. It says, no African American son shows up in any of the family photographs on the Johnson's house website or on his personal Facebook page. Nor does Michael. Let's see. Oh, and they don't think he went through a lengthy adoption process. So, what's the man's name? I don't. Shane, did you find anything with his name?
Nope, not at all. I think.
Oh my gosh!
They're keeping the name private for the sake.
Well, I know the kid wanted. I mean, I hit the grown
Jack.
man. I'm sorry, because he didn't want to be like he was like, "Don't. My name is Bennett. Don't put me in it." Oh my gosh!
But why is the story? Why is the story weird to us, Trish?
This story is weird because he was like he's only 11 years old, 11 years older, and it doesn't appear that he went through a formal adoption. He just did one of those things like, okay, you're mine.
Yeah,
and just took him.
I think in other places we call that kidnapping. Is what that term is correct, and he did it under the cloak and dagger of his evangelical youth ministry, which is typically what these folks like to do,
right?
And it's the lies that will go around the story, because the lies was that he was married and him and his wife decided to adopt this child,
right?
When in reality, it looks like he took custody of the kid when he was still in law school.
Oh, did he? Because here it says they got married and then they adopted him.
Yeah, no,
that's what he claimed.
They didn't meet until 1998. They got married in 1999. He took custody of this kid in 1997. And in 1997, he was a 25-year-old single law student. So what in the world does a 25-year-old white man single white man need with a 14-year-old impoverished black child?
And is that rhetorical?
To do so under the cloak and dagger of illegal activities, because it wasn't done legally. It wasn't on the up and up.
Yeah.
There's no agencies. There's no paperwork. There's no paper trail. So you kidnapped the kid, lied about when you kidnapped the kid, and made your wife lie about when you kidnapped the kid. That's what's crazy about this shit. Is she met him after he'd already kidnapped this kid, and she went along with the lie for the whole ride.
Right.
She went along with it. This is crazy. This is the people y'all put in charge of our government. Okay.
Second in line. Or
third in line.
No.
Third in line to presidency. Yeah, because president, vice president, speaker of the house.
So second in line. President doesn't count.
The president's already in there. Yeah, so second in line.
VP, Speaker of the House. Yeah.
Yeah, so this child molesting, kidnapping ass motherfucker. Allegedly kidnapping, allegedly child molestation connoisseur.
I guess that's how somebody said, I guess that's how you do things in Louisiana.
I guess so. And it's weird that his big platform is anti-LGBTQI when this
he screams. Yeah. Everything that, whenever somebody's anti, that's what they are.
Because you hate yourself. That's what you hate other people.
Yep.
You hate yourself. So yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know who our new Speaker of the House was, now you do.
He adopted a boy who was as tall as him.
Why?
As tall as him. Why? Are you giving him a better
life?
If
it was, God knows, if it was because he was just this kind-hearted white man who wanted to help this poor little black boy, why do it illegally?
Why not do it legally, you mean?
Why not? No, I'm talking why either or, same question. Yeah. Why do it illegally? Why not do it legally? Like, it's why the cloak and dagger? Why the hush and hush? Why the lies afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
Why bring your wife into the lies afterwards? Why bring your children into the lies afterwards? Because you got 4 kids. So they all got to lie about it.
Or biological.
Yeah, so they all got to lie about the story. And they know that this has been daddy's little touch toy, allegedly.
Oh,
for
no,
you
I
know.
actually I'm nobody. No, I know I'm not alleging that. I don't know. Maybe he thought he was doing, like the people go over and do what is
But
it called when they
if it
go over to
was,
other countries and
oh
do
my gosh, you
what?
made me think about the new Netflix documentary.
What's
Have you
that?
seen that um documentary that's coming out about the missionary fake
That's what I mean,
nurse?
missionaries. What's it called?
I think it's called Capturing the Killer Nurse.
What? Never heard
Is
of
that
it.
what it was?
Is it out yet?
Yeah. Let's see. What's it called? Savor Complex. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. It's a
Savor
good.
Complex
That's a
revisits
good.
the case of Renee Batch.
Okay.
Renee Batch is a white woman who moved to Uganda posing as a fake doctor, ran a fake clinic, having hundreds of Ugandans come to her for help, killing hundreds of people along the way. And now she
Why?
has a whole fucking documentary because she was saying she was doing it for the right reasons to try to help people.
Like
Then
Jim Jones?
people are saying this is a case of white supremacy at its peak. Is a white
Okay.
woman moving to Uganda posing as a fake doctor, running a clinic, killing hundreds of Africans, and then getting a documentary to talk about it.
Wait a minute. She got the documentary to talk about it. She's
Yep.
not in jail,
Nope.
so it's not an expose. It's her doing it. She got the documentary. Okay, that's crazy.
That's
Crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's some wild shit.
That shit cray.
That shit cray. That shit crazy. Can you imagine some black woman or man going to some small European town posing as a doctor?
Norway,
Norway,
some
Switzerland,
Scandinavian town,
Finland, one of the
Stockholm. Yeah.
Slovakias somewhere, and just lying and killing hundreds of white people through
No,
fake doctoring, and then just freely going back to the
no,
US and then getting a documentary about the shit?
no,
If ever. Goodness
no.
gracious.
As if, yeah.
What? Yeah, so that's out there. You know what I mean? That is out here in these streets. The Renee
Hmm.
Bach story.
And you've seen it, or it
No,
hasn't come
no,
out
I
yet?
just saw the advertisements for it. So yeah, HBO. It's
Okay.
not on Netflix.
Oh,
HBO
it's
Max.
Max. Okay.
HBO Max. Yeah, it's called Savor Complex.
Well, I'll have to catch that then.
Virginia. Shout out to Virginia for creating her. She's a Virginian who decided she want to go on a mission to help the malnourished children of Uganda. And why go to medical school? I mean, you can just surpass that because I'm white, and so I know exactly what it means to be a doctor, and so I'll go over there and just fake like I'm a doctor. And because I'm white,
I've
they're
been
going to believe
to the
me.
doctor
I've
before,
been to the
so
doctor before, so why not? You
I'm
know,
doctor adjacent.
fuck yeah. Look at me, blonde hair. I know what I'm talking about. And then these leaders in this
Hello,
other
yeah.
country, leaders in this other country was like, oh, well, look at this blonde hair white woman from America. She must be a doctor because she says she is. So let's let her set up a clinic and let's
Oh
let her
my
start
gosh,
just
she set up a
killing.
clinic.
Set up a clinic. People are coming to her thinking they're getting help. They're getting killed. You know what I'm saying? She over
That's
there on her
insane.
phone googling how to fuck do shit. You know what I mean? With spotty Wi-Fi service in Uganda.
She's on YouTube.
She on YouTube.
That's gotta be on YouTube.
This guy, every time she tells him, "Hold on, let me go into my office," she on YouTube. I wonder if we pulled up her YouTube search engine, what would that look like?
How to stitch a cut,
how to treat a
yeah,
cold.
yeah. Oh
You
my
know, we
gosh,
laugh about it now, but she
that's
cost
scary.
hundreds of
Hey,
lives.
you know what's hot topics? I don't know if this is true because my mom told me.
And then it must be true.
Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are getting divorced.
I would
Did you hear
hope.
that?
You know what? I hope not, because those two fuckers need each other. They need to
My
stay
mother said
together
that.
and
Let me
keep
look
their
real
crazy
quick.
concentrated into one little camp because they are built for each other.
Let's see. That's what my mom said yesterday. Let's see.
Because we don't need them out
I
here
don't see anything about
infecting
that. She's so funny.
other people with their craziness.
Okay, let me see. I just typed her. Let me see in Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, no. Everyone's saying
No.
that they put an end to divorce speculations by showing up on the red carpet together, being all super mushy. Well, so apparently
okay.
there was some speculation about it. People were whispering about it, but they quelled those rumors.
My eyes hurt so bad. Hold on, I'm gonna take me off. I don't know. I don't know what got into my eyes. Dwayne Wayne Gabrielle Union divorce looming as they allegedly blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was something.
It was something.
This says as they looming as they allegedly have split up. Okay, but that yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
but they're taking a break before. That's why we had a whole break, baby. You know, that's when break.
Oh right, like
before.
like Rachel and Ross. I was on a break.
Oh yeah. Speaking of friends,
yeah.
speaking of friends, yo boy,
Gary.
you know what I mean? Yeah, we talked about it on our Patreon a little bit yesterday, but yeah, you know, he decided to take that big hot tub swim to the sky.
Gosh, don't say that to me. Don't say that. Oh man.
Did you see the one I sent you? The drawing I sent you?
What'd you send me?
The meme?
No.
With his face, it said Deadpool. And
that is terrible. That's not funny.
Christian was like, "Why would you send that to her?"
That's not funny.
Funny.
That's like, not funny at all.
And he was sitting there with a little heart. You know how Deadpool holds a heart, but in the heart, it was like a hot tub. He was holding the hot tub in his hand, and it said Deadpool with Matthew Perry's head on it. I thought it was. You'll see it pop up right about. Wait, it's gonna be right there. I'll put the picture up. Right.
Where's it gonna pop up on this screen?
Yeah, when I edit it, I'll put a picture right there. Boom.
Oh. I'm like, is it going to pop up right now? That's not nice. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. But yeah, that's sad. I mean, I think it's sad. So say what you want about Friends.
It's not their fault.
They stuck together. They stuck together when it came time to negotiate their contracts. They were united front. Wasn't like
contracts they should have never had in the first place.
Okay, whatever. I enjoy Friends. I still watch Friends. So say what you want.
Traitor.
I laugh at Friends now, and Joey and Phoebe were my favorite.
Do you laugh at Living Single now?
Actually, Living Single is on what you call them? It's on
it's on syndication on a couple networks. It's on TV1. It's on
TV1. Because I asked you where you watched it, and you said you watched it online. I was like, it's on TV1. I was watching it last week. It was the one with Eartha Kitt.
There you go. As long as you're giving them your syndication views.
Yeah. I watched Different World and syndication, obviously Cosby, and then Living Single. Overton is
which iteration of Different World do you like? Do you like the one where it's just them when they were young, when they first went to college? Do you like the iteration where they were getting older?
I like when they're older.
Or do you like the one where they come back as teachers and that's when Jada Pinkett and Tupac and everybody's on those seasons?
I like that one too.
Yeah.
I like that one and the one before that. Like when Dwayne
and Whitley came back from Tokyo.
Kikalu.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Or when I didn't appreciate when like that breaking her wedding thing up. So
I mean, I don't know if you can do that at a military wedding. If that was a real military wedding, he'd have all his military friends there. I don't know if you're just gonna get up and poke your chest out like that with all his homies there.
Yeah.
The military dudes would have hemmed him up and drug him outside real quick.
Well, I was at a military wedding when there was an objection.
What? Like a real objection?
It was the groom's mother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they can't hem up the groom's mama, but god damn, boy, that's a hell. Are they still together?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That might be like some spiteful still together shit. Because even if like she wanted to leave, she'd be like, "Nah, your mom ain't gonna win this fucking argument. Fuck her." That's crazy. What do you do when your mama stand up? So what did the groom do when his mom stood up and said?
He cried.
Ooh. What did she do?
She told him it'll be all right. She kept
like, look, nigga, no, we about to leave. We about to go fuck. Calm down.
Hey, watch your mouth. Yeah, she was gonna be all right. Like, look at me. Look at me.
Look at me. You about to get all of this. Okay, she about to die soon. Don't worry about it.
No. It was bad. It was.
I can imagine.
She had a mental break. So
did you go to the reception?
Oh man, the reception. We were.
Was there even?
Those old people, that reception, they were like, because there was a delay because they had to take care of things. And at the reception, those old people were like, look, I got to take my medicine. And we were handing out rolls and drinks so people could take their medicine.
That's funny.
Because their reception was a luncheon. So,
Wow. So the mom stood up and said, "No, I don't want you marrying my son. You
mhm.
heifer. You
And
cannot
what she
marry my son."
said, and exactly what she said, it depending on who you ask, varies.
What did you hear?
She said it very softly, but I thought she said, "I don't want my son to marry this atheist."
And
And
what
she
is other
was
people hearing?
my dad said, she said, "Lord, don't let my son marry this bitch."
Yo, those don't even sound like
Do not make this a clip. Do not.
oh, it is
Okay.
about to be
No,
maybe not
no,
that part,
no.
but
Okay.
the other part will be a clip because that
Mm.
is funny.
No, 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 no. This should have been Patreon.
Oh
Yeah.
man, the mama
So,
said, I don't want my son." Did they have grandkids?
oh yeah. Uh-huh.
No, man. I wonder if they
Yeah,
started a relationship with their.
they've been married for 20 million years.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So,
when do you forgive your mom for that? At one point in time, do you forgive
oh, I think he forgave her right then because
right then?
I mean,
Wow,
not right. I mean, I don't know right then. It again, this should, yeah.
my petty's too
Yeah.
strong. I would not
No,
be able to forgive.
it wasn't, yeah, it wasn't, yeah.
So you're blaming it on the mental health of the mom?
I'm not saying anything else.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
all.
saying. I'm done. I'm done with that. Question answer portion of this segment's over.
That
So,
is funny. All right, let's get into our main topic.
our main topic is something that we know well. Exploitation of workplace generosity.
Have mercy.
Have you ever been do you think you've been taken advantage of? Like your generosity at work has been
Fuck
taken advantage
yes,
of?
of course. Of course. When you try to, especially when you first join an organization, joining a company is like being in a relationship. Don't start a vibe you don't want to maintain the whole time.
Right.
Right. And so you join a company, you want to put in a good effort and put in extra hours, and you want to set a good example. So you take on extra projects, and the company's like, oh shit, this person's doing the work of 3 people and we only got to pay them for the work of 1. Let's pile on some more on top of them. And then you don't want to say no because you're sitting there trying to, make a good example and trying to move up the corporate ladder. So you just get exploited. Your generosity to do more work just gets exploited continuously, nonstop, until you break.
Yep. 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 And then people are like, "Oh, what's wrong with Shane?"
What's wrong, Shane? Why does he want to take on more projects now? Well, I'm sorry. I know my worth now. I know my
Right.
worth. And my worth is the work of 1 person, not 3.
Right. So, generosity can be exploited in the workplace in various ways. Here are some examples and ways to avoid/rectify such exploitation. So, excessive workload, the expectation can occur when employees who consistently go the extra mile are given more work without fair compensation. To
Mm,
avoid this, it's essential for employees to set clear boundaries and communicate when their workload becomes unreasonable. And
facts.
employers should ensure the work distribution is fair and reasonable. I hear that all the time. I just heard that from a friend the other day. Um, she was saying that they're hiring a contract sales recruiter, and she was like, "What about when I needed help? Like this other
Mm,
person's getting the help they need." But when it was
mm-hmm.
her, it was like, "Oh, she can do it. She can, you know what I mean? She's
Mm-hmm.
superwoman. That's what we are, right? Save
Because
a
you set the
hoe."
standard. Yeah, you set the standard of being Superwoman in the beginning,
Yeah.
so they expect you to be Superwoman the whole time.
But she's asked for help though, because some people are superwoman or part of the Save a Hoe tribe, but they don't ask for help. She has asked for help, and it's, you know what I mean.
But
And
are
to
you
her,
asking for help now after you've already set the standard of being able to be Superwoman?
well,
While
sometimes
somebody else
is
comes
that
in.
is that unfair though? I
Well,
mean,
I
is it
mean,
not
well,
okay to do that? Like to do it and be like, okay, I know I did it before, but I can't continue to do that. So
like I said, don't set the standard of a vibe you can't match. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Don't be telling me when we dating that we gonna be knocking it
Okay.
down every
Okay.
day, and then we 5 years in now it's once every 2 months.
5 years in.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Okay.
Like the standard was set in the beginning. You set the standard of
Okay.
taking on all these projects, doing all this work, all
Yeah.
this work, being top notch,
Well, I
Miss
think
Go
she
To.
had help at one point, then she lost the help, and then she kept asking for help, and then she got it back again, but not to the extent this other person's getting it. So, lack of recognition. So, generous employees who regularly help their colleagues may not receive the recognition they deserve. So, employers should acknowledge and appreciate their efforts through praise, awards, or promotions, creating a culture of recognition. So,
And by rewards, we do not mean pizza parties.
yeah, no pizza, no, yeah, yeah,
Don't
for
don't no
real.
no motherfucking like Chipotle day. No fucking
Even though
like
I like food, so if it's good
yeah,
for you.
no mellow mushroom Wednesdays
You
or
guys have mellow mushroom?
yeah. You guys got mellow
Ah,
mushroom down there?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let's not placate these grown ass people that's working for you.
Right.
If you're gonna show recognition, cut a check. We'll even take a gift
Yes.
card to a
Yes.
nice place.
Yes.
Visa gift cards, not any specific, like no McDonald's gift cards, no Chick-fil-A gift cards, unless you
Right.
got like $200 on that motherfucker.
Yeah,
But
right. Because you'll need, yeah.
yeah,
Speaking
exactly.
of that, speaking of inflation or things that are expensive, so I am a eggnog aholic.
Do you
When I
put
was
real alcohol in your eggnog?
no, okay, so let me tell you a couple stories. So, when I was pregnant with Ariel, I went to let's say I went in November, and I went back for my a month later, and I had gained like before I'd been getting like a pound or 2 pounds. I think I gained like 5.
Ooh, went hard.
And so the nurse said, "What have you been doing differently?" I was like, "Eggnog," and she was like, "Switch to low fat." I was like, "Okay." So I gained 5 pounds drinking eggnog.
Nurse was
So
like it.
I was oh, and as far as it being spiked, once I spiked it with a dark rum, I think it was from Puerto Rican dark rum. I can't remember what it was, something, and was a little heavy handed on it, right?
Ooh.
And so I sat on the counter. I was baking cookies.
Oh,
Did I tell you this?
You told me the
Yeah.
story off camera, but
Did
yeah.
I? Okay. Yeah. So Jackson, he was about 2 or 3, and he asked me for some eggnog, and I was like, "No, you can't have any." So I didn't push it back. So he took a swig, and he was like, "I don't know why you said I couldn't have any. I like it."
I was like, yo, let me get some of this, bro.
So I was like giving him water and trying to, like make
Flush
sure
it out of the
to flush
system.
it out. And then when I was done making the cookies, I went looking for him, and he was in between the ottoman and the floor and the couch. Like he was on the
Knocked
floor
out.
in between we have a big long leather ottoman.
Yeah.
Passed out. I felt so bad. I never spiked my eggnog again. Not probably until I mean, he's almost
Yeah.
18.
You can handle
So
his
he
liquor
was,
now.
yes. No, unless I knew I was by myself. No, I mean, they were still like, I'm talking about a couple years ago, because I just was
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing it again. So
Oh,
yeah.
you're such a better parent than me
Eh,
because, I make edibles. And
mhm,
one of my early times, so Sean Christian, so my boy, he just turned 14. So he
mhm.
probably was like 6 or 7 around this time. And so I made a batch of cookies. And usually I make the cookies when they are
Asleep.
like asleep or in the bed or late at night, especially when they were younger. Now I do it whenever because they grown. They know what weed
Right.
is. They don't matter. And so made this batch of cookies. And so there was still some crumbs left on the pan. But I
Ah,
didn't think nothing of it. I'm like,
right.
whatever. It's just crumbs. And so I
Mhm.
bag up the cookies, put them away. We're upstairs, and so it had to be like 1 o'clock in the morning.
1
And you
o'clock in
just
the
hear,
morning.
yeah, you just hear like this, like crying. And I'm like, what the fuck? And to go downstairs, Sean Christian went downstairs and took his finger and like wiped it across the pan, get all the crumbs off the pan, and
Okay.
licked his finger or whatever. Now, when you do that, there's also all the butter residue that's all on the pan as well. And
Okay.
all the butter residue that's in those crumbs. So he basically took like a whole shot of weed and was high.
Really?
And oh my gosh, yeah, he was high as fuck. He could barely walk. He was just like
How old was
staring,
he?
like 7. And he like just like kind of sat on the floor and was like, "Daddy, I don't feel good. Just spinning." I'm like, "I know, son. You'll be all right." He just kind of
Oh my gosh.
picked him up, and put him to bed, and that was
He was
that.
like, he took a hit.
Yeah, he took a head. He
Took
was
a
like, "Yo,
hit.
I'm not about this life."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But it was he learned. My kids are wise, right? Because a wise person
Mhm.
learns from the mistake of others.
Right.
My kids, after the whole Sean Christian incident, them motherfuckers don't even. They have no
Desire.
desire, no curiosity about the
Mhm.
weed at all. It's like, nah, we saw what happened to Sean Christian. We
Yeah,
good.
but like, nope.
No, like
Oh,
no.
I had a friend of mine who I used to work with, and she ate a gummy, and I guess it was more potent, and she ended up in hospital
That's funny when
from
people say they want to go
one
to.
gummy. Yeah.
They feel like they're gonna die. I remember the first time Christian got high, she did that because we're out with my brother, and it was just a lot. And so
Mhm.
we hit the vape, made her like take a big swig of vape. That was her first time hitting a vape, and
Okay.
she like hit the vape, and then she ate piece of a cookie. Then
Okay.
we went out to eat at this It was like a Brazilian style restaurant. So this was
Was
before
it
my wife.
was the
This was
food infused too or no?
no. But this
Okay.
was before she went vegan. So she
Okay.
ate some meat or whatever,
Ugh.
and then she ate another piece of cookie after that. And she was like, "Oh,
Ugh.
I don't feel nothing." So now this is her very first time using marijuana. So
Vape,
it's not
cookie,
vape, cookie, food, and then cookie.
cookie.
That
Oh,
motherfucker hit her system at like 3 o'clock in
oh
the morning.
my God. It
Whoo!
took that long?
She was so I know why. It was crazy. It took
That's
forever.
weird.
She was so
That
high.
is awful.
And then the movie 28 Days Later was on the TV. And then
Oh,
28 Days Later
the
is like this
scary movie.
apocalyptic, yeah, the
Yeah, yeah,
apocalyptic
yeah.
scary movie. She was
Like
freaking
vampire.
out. Yeah, she was having I thought it was
Oh
the
my
funniest thing in the world.
gosh, that's awful.
It was
That's
awful.
awful. That's like I wasn't high or anything, but I had this is a new little spin because I had literally I had a migraine last month. I didn't eat. I didn't realize I was just ripping, and then I was like, "Well, I need to eat something, drink something." When I finally did, I got a migraine, but it caused vertigo.
Ooh. So
It
you were
was
like dizzy
awful.
wizzy all over the
Yeah, when
place.
I felt like I was drunk. When I lay down and closed my eyes, the room was spinning. I was
Ooh.
like, "Oh no, that I can never let this ever happen, ever again."
Yeah.
Like, no, no, no. But anyway, back to my eggnog thing. So I found a thing came up in my Facebook memories from like 5, 6 years ago. I don't know, maybe longer, maybe 9 years ago. And it was me with a glass of eggnog. And it was October 30th. I was like, let me see if eggnog is out now. And it was $7.50 for a half a gallon. I'm sorry, $7.75.
Is that not
Publix
normal price of eggnog?
Publix brand.
That's not normal price of eggnog?
No.
Oh, how much is eggnog?
Like
You
it's
said
just
normal.
like $3 for a half a gallon or something like
Oh
that.
shit. That's what's up.
Maybe 3 or 4. You know what? For a quart, maybe like 3. And this wasn't even like usually like there's the national brands that are you always more because of the brand.
Yeah.
But my mom's like, you always shop at Publix. They're so expensive. But I like Kroger brand too. So on Kroger at Kroger was a lot cheaper.
Y'all still have Kroger's?
Yeah, that's the
All the
number one.
Kroger's up here shut down.
But they're probably something else because that's the largest food chain, grocery store chain. They just have about different names. It's probably just called something else.
Okay. I'm like, damn, we
They're all
got
owned
no
by
Kroger's
Kroger.
no more in North Carolina.
They're
This shit,
still they're still owned by Kroger. So, but anyway, no career advancement. Some generous employees may feel stuck in their positions and exploited if their contributions are not leading to career advancement. So, employers can provide opportunities for growth and development to those who consistently demonstrate generosity. Is that a reason to get promoted?
If that paycheck is nice with the promotion,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it then it kind of justifies all your brown nosing and taking on extra work or whatever, because now you've gotten the promotion, now you're moving on up. But again, only if that pay matches the promotion. Don't promote me and then my pay only bumps up by 2% or 3%. What the fuck is that shit? You know,
Right.
like if we're gonna have a pay bump, then it needs to be 15%, 20%.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, side note of advice: don't stick with the company more than 3 years. Move on, because you will never receive a bigger pay bump than you will when you're switching companies. You will be promoted within the company.
Go someplace else.
Yeah, exactly. If you want like tenure and you want titles, then cool, stay where you at. But if
And
you
be
want to make
pissed every time we make you an offer and you're like, that ain't even 6%. Like,
exactly, you
one
want
big
that
bump,
money,
go.
you gotta go. You can leave a company, you can make a 25% bump in your income.
Yep.
You can stay with a company, you ain't never gonna see that kind of bump. Ever.
No, unless you stay for a title and then you leave once you get that title, and then that's even a bigger bump. So.
Yeah.
Unpaid overtime. Who does that?
Who does? Oh yeah, every salaried employee does that.
That's true. What am I talking about?
Every salary employee does that.
Generous employees might volunteer for unpaid overtime, leading to burnout. Employers should ensure that overtime is fairly compensated, and employees should be encouraged to report unpaid work.
The biggest hustle in corporate America is giving you a salary and then making you work 80 hours a week. You would make more money if you were an hourly employee.
Yep, you sure would. Unequal distribution of tasks. Generous individuals may take on undesirable tasks or cover for others. Too often, employers should distribute tasks more equitable, and colleagues should share the load by taking turns.
No, because you will have those colleagues who will take advantage.
Always going to take advantage.
Always. They will distribute their load to everyone else.
Yeah,
I mean, they ain't doing shit but leaving.
And then loud as a motorbike, but wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Remember that time we were my call that I did everything and the person was, and remember, I wasn't on the call because my girlfriend's mom had passed and the funeral was all virtual because it was during the pandemic.
COVID time, yeah.
And she was like, it was Amy. I'm just gonna say it was Amy. Amy was like talking about, well, and then
everybody got an Amy.
Everybody was texting me like, oh my gosh.
You know, like, yo, Amy's trying to take your shine right now.
Right. And Amy did nothing. Every time I asked Amy to do something, it was beneath her. She couldn't do it. Amy, can you just do this? Like, if you could just do this, that would be a huge help to me. No, if it's going to help you, then I'm not going to do it. So anyway,
but Amy wanted you to help to do everything, though. And there's always an Amy in your company. Amy's always going to try to get you to do her.
Always an Amy. So failure to promote self-care. Some generous employees may neglect their own well-being. They do. Let's see. Employers should promote work-life balance and mental health initiatives, and employees should practice self-care.
By that, they mean employers should prioritize you working more and having less of a personal life and having good mental health while you're working more.
Right.
That's what employers care about.
Yeah. Right.
Because they sure as hell don't care about you having a personal life.
No, not at all. That's why we talked about that last week. That's why these companies
bring you back
have everything. We'll bring you back in the office and have all this stuff at the office.
You know, they don't want
gym, daycare, fun, playtime. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember I worked for Headhunter.net back in the day before they merged with Career Builder. I was like the 30th employee, and the place was a hellhole, but we had so much fun. And we every Friday at 3:30, it was beer 30, and those are the people I hung out with. Now there weren't the country. What do they call it? The comfort. What do they call it? Comfort creatures. Creature comforts.
Creatures are comforts. Yeah.
So, yeah, but we enjoyed being together, so we were always together. So, but then once they merged, then their office was like a playground because they had money. So
they had more money. Yeah.
I was gone by then. So
I think I interviewed with a company that during the interview pitch, they talked about how they have like Nerf gun wars on random days.
Yes,
because there was just a wall full of Nerf guns. I was like, why is there a wall full of Nerf guns? They're like, oh, well, the owner, he likes to have fun some days, so he'll just come in and grab a Nerf gun. Then we all know it's time to have a little Nerf gun war. And then we'll take like 30, 40 minutes just running around shooting each other with the Nerf guns. So awesome.
Well, years ago, the guy who introduced me to my husband, thanks, Dana, he says he's a black Chuck Woolery. I had set him up with an interview for this .com company out of Philly, and he didn't like the fly, so he drove. And I was like, Dana, if you drive, do not tell them you drove since they gave you a ticket. Well, he let it slip that he drove. He was in a suit because he came from telecom. Yeah. So you know what I mean. He was used to being buttoned up. They were barefoot. He said.
You looking like the old stiff guy there,
and tossing a Nerf football around. He was like, it was like not a
frat house
love match. It was not a love connection on either side. They were like, hell no. And he was like, oh, and then he'd drive 12 hours back.
Why didn't he fly?
He's I don't know if he likes to fly now, but he did not like to fly.
Interesting. I always find it weird when people say that.
Like Whoopi. Whoopi doesn't like
more people, John Madden didn't like to fly. One of the most famous football coaches.
Yep.
They had the big bus all the time. But more people die in car accidents than they do from plane crashes.
Well,
I mean,
it's
a fact.
It's mental, right?
It's all mental because you think, I'm high up there. But think about it.
It's not logical.
The beauty of it. If you die, if your plane crashes,
please don't do this.
You die. It ain't no question. You are done. It's a wrap. If you get into a car accident, you're risking, you can lose limbs, you can break shit, you can fucking be paralyzed. Mm-hmm. It is like life after a car accident can be a lot worse than life after a plane crash because there ain't no life after a plane crash. It's just, you just done or whatever. So,
all right, last one, manipulation. Employers and colleagues might manipulate generous individuals into doing their work. Employees should be aware of manipulation tactics and report them. Okay.
Yeah, that's called being a team player.
While employers should discourage such behavior. So
no, they encourage it. They're like, let's get together as the team. Let's collaborate. You hear words like sharing the load. Those are all manipulative terms that are used by employers to make you do work for your fellow employee.
Yep. And when somebody is supposed to be helping you, you end up doing their work too.
Ooh-wee. Those Amy's, boy. Those Amy's.
And not just Amy's, because we were working on something last year where we had some people that were supposed to be sourcing for us. And we were like, what are they doing? Are they in the phone book? Like, And you can't say anything, right? Because I made the mistake of saying something, and the manager was like, "Oh no, that's not how we talk about
Were
our
those
colleagues
were those
offshore."
the Carloses in the uh
Mm-mm.
which ones were them?
They were offshore,
Which
Costa
shore?
Rica. They were
The
Costa
Costa
Rica.
Rica. Yeah, that's what I said. Carloses.
It was,
Carlos.
but it was lady. It was
I
lady.
know.
And I got into it with one of them because I was because then you put people on. You remember working with that tracker. You put people on there.
Hmm.
She was like, I found that person. I'm like, girl, bye. That is
Yeah.
a friend of mine. Okay. Or
Yeah.
I worked with that person before, like whatever. So I'm like, but who cares? Because it's not like we're getting credit.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. So anyway,
Yeah, don't
uh,
get manipulated by your company. See the warning signs. See the
yeah,
red flags. You know what
right.
I'm saying? We all got red
So,
flags. We see red flags for relationships. See it at your job too.
yep. So how to avoid or rectify it? Have clear communication. Employees should communicate their limits, and employers should have open dialogue about workload and expectation. So this can help clarify boundaries and prevent exploitation. Also, establish policies. Organizations can establish clear policies regarding overtime recognition and workload distribution to prevent exploitation. These policies should be communicated and enforced consistently. So, and then encourage a culture of collaboration.
Yeah, there it is.
Employers can create a culture where collaboration and generosity are valued but
Ah,
not
there
taken
it
for
is.
granted. This fosters an environment where everyone benefits from the spirit of generosity.
Mm, 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 mm.
So,
Even
the
at, so at the end of the article, it still says, "Go ahead and be manipulated into doing other people's work."
well, I kind of took the article and spun it on its head. But I found it. I found the original article in Psychology Today, and Julianne Brine, PhD, is the person who wrote it. So I'm going to give her attention. The actual title is "When Generosity Leads to Exploitation at Work: Why is so much often asked of people who already give the most." So, anyhow, don't be a sucker.
Don't be a
Is
sucker
should have been the title of that article because
because they will exploit you.
mhm, they will. So anyway, all right. So that all right. We're making good time. So
There we
what do we
go.
have coming up, or and where can I find us?
Man, you can find us on the Twitter, the X, whatever you want to call it. Find us on the Yard, StreamYard. Find us on your streaming platforms, your Spotify's, your titles. Find us on any major streaming platform. If you can't find us, Alexa and motherfucking Siri can find us. They know who we are, so I
And
holler
Google.
at them.
Google can
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Google can too. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Then
speaking of AI, don't forget to check out the latest season of American Horror Stories, the second episode.
boom. Apparently, that's very AI based.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next. That made me think about looking forward to the next Black Mirror season or whatever. So I'm looking forward to
Oh,
that. You can find us on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, smash that button. Go ahead and subscribe to us on Patreon. It's $5, bro. You spend more
$5.
on snacks today. You
You
can
do,
spend
but
more on snacks
you
today
spend more
than
on
you will
coffee because my husband spends $7.97 every day on his espresso.
every day, like a clockwork.
$2,900.
$7.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so follow us on Patreon. Go follow us there. Give us that $5 so you can hear us talk that shit a little bit more
right.
in our comfort of uncensorship and whatnot.
Imagine Shane uncensored.
Imagine me uncensored. That's what it is. Imagine Trish letting us in, telling
Just
us
a little
things,
bit, just a little bit,
that she wouldn't tell us on here. That's what we
just
get
a
on the
little
Patreon.
bit,
Just
just
a little bit.
cracking the door, just a little bit. So,
Get to know us a little bit better on there or whatever.
yeah, get to
We
know us.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
We appreciate you listening. We
yeah.
appreciate those who've been with us since the
It's like
beginning.
therapy. Yeah,
You know, we've gotten better and better. We appreciate you being patient. It's like watching your child grow up. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Watch us grow.
It's
Now,
like watching Blue Ivy, the first concert and the last one.
Blue Ivy done got confident.
Mm-hmm.
I saw
Really?
something where Jay-Z was talking about how proud he was of her, not necessarily because of
Yes,
her stage shit, but because how she was born into a life she didn't ask for
exactly.
and was born into a life of scrutiny and has
As
blossomed
even as
through
a
all that,
baby,
even as a baby, and
even as a babe. Talk about
blossomed
her hair. Talk about a baby's hair.
this
People
little
have no
baby's hair.
humanity.
And now look at it. Now all y'all
Now
getting
look at
leave
her.
to look like
Now
Blue
look at
Ivy.
her. Right. Oh gosh.
It's whatever. All
Jeez
right, y'all.
Louise. People are harsh. So anyway.
Yeah.
All right then, my friends. See you soon. Thank you,
Appreciate
Shane.
y'all.